Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Baldwin High School's commencement exercises. The procession of the class of 2025 is being led by Jeffrey Agnew and Jim Agnew, playing the Great Highlander bagpipes. In just a few minutes, we will be presenting the class of 2025. We ask that you respect the solemnity of the occasion and remain seated throughout the entire program. Please refrain from calling out to the graduates and hold your applause until all seniors have received their diplomas so that we may all enjoy this momentous occasion. Baldwin High School's commencement ceremony will be streamed live via web broadcast on the Baldwin Whitehall School District homepage. As a courtesy to our graduates and speakers, please silence all electronic devices. Ready to go? And now, ladies and gentlemen, we proudly present the class of 2025. Marshaled by class officers of the class of 2026, Zach Liu, Junior Class President, Jackson Presto, Junior Class President, Aaliyah Blount, Junior Class Vice President, Ann Hampton, Junior Class Public Vice President, Reese Temmie, Junior Class Secretary, and Olivia Page, Junior Class Treasurer. Leading the procession are the senior class officers, Senior Class President, Distinguished Graduate, and National Honor Society Service Chair, Addison Giglione. Senior Class Vice President, Spanish National Honor Society Vice President, and Distinguished Graduate, Maxwell Pegger. Senior Class Secretary and Spanish National Honor Society Vice President, Spencer Maist. Senior Class Treasurer, Vincent Pasella. Senior Class Public Relations Chair, Gabriella Jaquay. Senior Class Prom Chair, Elena Scanlon. And the distinguished graduates adorned with medals indicating their accomplishment, Selma Alwan, NHS President Zachary All, Nicholas Berg, Spanish National Honor Society President Mir Beardsley, Tri-M Music Honor Society President Hannah Damiani, Morgan Douglas, Molly Fiersack, Mary Harmon, Lutfia Islamov, Raksha Kafle, Student School Board Representative Kelson Kleinhampel, John Kneer, Kadisha Kasim-Janova, Karuna Nupani, Samantha Niggle, Magnolia Overn, Susan Sharma, Alexa Sherman, Lena Shkipina, NHS Vice President Kaylee Smolko, Emma Smerbeck, and Andrew Winchell. Senior officers of the National Honor Society, Treasurer Dominic Brown, Treasurer Zachary Folger, Secretary Lily Broccoli, Media Chair Peyton Pasquale, Media Chair Brooklyn Joyce, Social Chair Mary Hampton, and Tutoring Chair Savannah Susan. National Art Honor Society Senior Executives, Co-President Marley Murata and Co-President Eleanor Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem as sung by the Baldwin Heirs under the direction of Chris Tranter, Baldwin High School's choral director. The anthem is being signed by members of the ASL class. Gentlemen, please remove your caps.
So bright.
Please be seated. At this time, we would like to recognize the men and women of this great nation who have served our country past and present in one of the military service branches. Our high school band, under the direction of Emery Palmer, has prepared a medley of service tunes recognizing the following military branches. If anyone in our audience this evening, family, friends, or graduates, has ever served or will serve in any of these branches at any time past or present, we ask that you stand to be recognized when your service tune is played and be seated when the next service tune is played. The United States Army. The United States Marine Corps. The United States Navy and Merchant Marines. The United States Air Force and Air National Guard. And the United States Coast Guard. Dr. Randall A. Lutz, Superintendent of the Baldwin Whitehall School District.
Good evening. Tonight we're going to recognize and celebrate a lot of different things, but I would be remiss if I didn't start with recognizing Mother Nature. What a difference 24 hours make in an evening we have tonight that's befitting our class of 2025. To the families, friends, faculty, and staff, thank you for being part of this moment. And to the Baldwin High School class of 2025, congratulations, you did it. While we are excited about what you've accomplished, we know that you've not done it alone. Leading the district is our Board of School Directors. Please stand and be recognized as I call your name. Mrs. Karen Brown, President. Mr. Greg Zeman, Vice President. Mrs. Amanda Priano, Vice President. Mr. John Bell. Dr. Anthony DeCesaro. Mr. Pete Giglione. Mr. Dan Knezevich. Mrs. Melissa Wood. I would also like to recognize members of our administration, faculty, and staff that are here to celebrate with you. Please stand and be recognized. Tonight isn't just about finishing school. It's about recognizing real growth, the kind that does not show up on transcripts, but shows up in character. Because while you have learned plenty in the classroom, some of the most important lessons happened outside of it, when things did not go as planned. No, the most powerful learning happened in the margins, in the moments where you had to make choices, take risks, bounce back, and show up. We call that growth the journey of a Highlander. And whether you realized it or not, you have been walking that path for the last 4 years. You have led with empathy, checking in on a classmate who seemed off, standing up for someone who needed a voice, or simply choosing kindness on a tough day. That matters. That is what makes you human. You have become creative and critical thinkers, navigating everything from physics labs to cafeteria politics. You've solved real problems, some of them academic, some social, and some of them technological, usually involving printers or your Wi-Fi mysteriously stopped working 5 minutes before your project was due. You've proven to be adaptive learners. You have taken on the new block schedule, unexpected changes, and some pretty daunting challenges from Mr. R. You kept going. You did not just learn, you evolved. And just like Mr. R, you responded with, "We got this." You have learned to communicate with confidence, not just in your writing, on the stage, through music, sports, and even your senior interview process, but in moments that required real courage, when you had to speak up, apologize, say thank you, or ask for help. That is real communication. And maybe most importantly, you became responsible collaborators. You figured out how to work with people that did not always think like you or work at the same pace as you. You learned when to speak up, when to listen, and when to just take the lead and carry the group across the finish line. But let's talk about one more lesson, the kind that does not get a banner or a spotlight, but the kind that Grandma would really be proud of. It is simple. Be polite, be decent, and say thank you. Somewhere along the way, many of you learned that holding the door and saying good morning, helping someone carry their things, or sending a thank you note is not just good manners, it's good living. And it's how we build a world people actually want to live in. If you've learned to lead with kindness, respect those around you, and never show up to someone's house empty-handed, Grandma would be proud, and frankly, so are we. As you move forward, whether into college, careers, service, or the unknown, carry these lessons with you. They can be your compass. And to quote Neil Gaiman, the world always seems brighter when you've made something that wasn't there before. You, the class of 2025, are that something. You are the next generation of creators, leaders, and change makers. So go out there, make a difference, keep learning, call or text your grandma. And always remember, you're a Highlander, and that means you are ready. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Class President Addison Giglione.
Thank you, Dr. Lutz. Welcome and good evening, friends, family, administration, and most importantly, the class of 2025. For those who do not know me, my name is Addison Giglione, and I have had the pleasure of being the senior class president this year. Serving all of you has been my honor, and every person on this field holds a special place in my heart. I hope that all of you will cherish that in your next chapters. As you all move into the next phase of your life, I want to remind you all of the people that have impacted your journey. Everyone that you have met on your path has changed you, whether it's a stranger that you met at a coffee shop or your best friend. Each interaction you have had has altered your life in some way. Remember those people and appreciate them. In my life, there have been countless people I have met that changed me over the years. All of them connect to make me the person that I am today. From a young age, my parents taught me respect and kindness. My sister taught me that patience is truly a virtue. My goalie coach taught me that keeping your head up is just as important as having skill. My music director and drum instructor both taught me how a hobby can become a life-changing passion and an outlet. Two girls who I consider my older sisters taught me how family is not always the people that we are born with. My next-door neighbors taught me how important having a big support system is. My childhood friends taught me that friendship really does last a lifetime. My friends who I bonded with this year showed me that the newest bonds are the hardest to break. And finally, my best friend taught me that saying goodbye will be the hardest thing I will ever do. All of these people are connected in my life. They've all brought me to this point and encouraged me to stand on this stage today, confident in the person who I have become. Everyone on this field has people like this. It may be just one, or it may be more, but all of you has someone that has shaped you into the person graduating today. Please take a second to stop and appreciate those who have impacted you. You would not be who you are without them. Something else to remember is that you're also that person for someone else. We are all connected through our bonds and interactions with one another. As you move on, try to be a positive in the life of others. Be a person that someone thinks of when reflecting on their life. Be someone who makes a change for the better. On this field tonight, there are students going to dozens of different places. Some are attending college, some trade schools, some art schools, some into active service, and some directly into the workforce. No matter what you are doing, each one of you has different reasons for choosing that path. One of you may be attending college to find your passion, one of you may be starting work right away to follow in your parents' footsteps, and one of you may be entering a trade because you're good at it and it's something that you love. No matter your reason, it is valid. The people on the path of your life have inspired you to pursue the future that you are, and that is incredible. Today, we often get caught up in judging others. We are all guilty of it, and we may believe that we are above someone else because of their choices, passions, or future plans. But as we sit here today, remember that everyone here is equal. We are all sitting on this field today as Baldwin's newest graduates, preparing to move into the next chapters of our lives. No one here is lesser than anyone else because of what they plan to do after they walk off this field. All of us have equal opportunities to make changes in others' lives, and whatever your path is, and no matter what you believe, please respect one another. Respect and lack of judgment will allow you to be the impactful person in others' lives. As you move on, if you retain one thing, let it be that. You are all amazing people with extremely bright futures, and I believe in each and every one of you. You will all succeed because I have watched you impact each other positively as we have struggled through the last year together. We have battled through senioritis, finals, and tough interviews and came out together. We have succeeded in athletics and academics alike through playoff wins and graduation cords. Each one of you deserves to be here. And although it may be hard to say goodbye, as you move on, please remember everyone in your life. Appreciate everyone that you have struggled with, cried with, laughed with, and most importantly, cherish those who have made you into the person sitting here today. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Representing the distinguished graduates, Kadisha Kasimjanova.
Mario Kart, tic-tac-toe, chess, and your perfect life. At first glance, these seem unrelated, but after years of lab research, I've come to understand that life actually is a game. At Carnegie Mellon University, I studied game theory, which is essentially using math to win games. At first, I researched how game theory surprisingly mirrored genetics, which often follows patterns similar to those in games. But over time, I realized that beyond just biology, life itself mirrors game theory, especially through its 3 core ideas: a first player, a second player, and an optimal strategy. The first player makes the opening move, tilting the odds of winning in their favor. And sometimes that move makes all the difference. I entered high school with one single goal of graduating quickly and quietly. Now I stand before you giving this speech, preparing to attend my dream college since freshman year on a full ride basis, Ivy League Columbia University. A journey that was anything but quiet. To get here, I had to abandon that quiet, passive self. I had to get loud. Want something really bad, say that internship? Be noisy. Ask again and again and one last time through a reminder email. Inherit an aggressive alter ego and take opportunities for yourself. Nobody else will do it for you. The second player reacts strategically to the first. Sometimes the best move is silence. When I asked my family for advice before beginning high school, they didn't talk about friends or grades. They simply said, "Vakt uchip kitade," directly translating to, "Time flies," and it does. So the second player doesn't move right away. They wait and bask in what fate brings them. Being still is powerful. So take that weekend off and see what the world offers back. Remember, time will fly, and so will opportunities. Know when to watch opportunities fly by and when to reach out with a net. And finally, there's the optimal strategy, the best path to win. In my ongoing research at the University of Pittsburgh, I see this in how cells find the most efficient ways to both survive and adapt. In life, the optimal strategy isn't about choosing only bold action or only quiet reflection. It's about finding that balance between first and second player, that balance between surviving and adapting. That's the game of life, one we each get to play. These years at Baldwin have been our first moves, and our journeys, now and beyond, are up to us. In closing, I will borrow from John von Neumann, the father of game theory, who claimed, "In mathematics, you don't understand things, you just get used to them." So I wish you all success in getting used to this complicated game. Thank you to my teachers, mentors, and special thank you to my family. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Representing the distinguished graduates, Mia Beardsley.
Good evening, parents, faculty, and administrators. And to my fellow graduates, I think we can all agree that at some point we couldn't wait for this moment to come, but now that we're finally here, the question becomes, what happens next? We spend all of high school waiting for graduation. We spend every day waiting for the last bell. Every week we wait for Friday. Every winter we wait for summer. We spend so much of our time looking ahead, dreaming of what's to come, that it's like we're programmed to chase the future, always looking ahead to the next big milestone. And while dreaming about the future is important, what we often forget is to live in the present. It's those moments in between, the ones we rush past, that shape who we are. The study hall is spent laughing with friends playing Uno, the adrenaline after that first win of the season, or the irritation when your Chromebook wouldn't work right. And then there are the quieter moments, the ones no one sees. The nerves before the first day of school, the late night tears over homework, and the doubts that crept through our minds when no one was watching. Whether it was about school, sport, a job, or an after-school activity, we've all been doubted before, by adults, parents, friends, and worst of all, by ourselves. I remember doubting myself during the college application process as I chose to major in acting. I questioned if I was good enough, if I was making the right decision, or if I would succeed. I wondered what others would think, whether they believed in me or just saw it as all a dream. But that doubt became my fuel. It pushed me to work harder, to keep going when giving up felt easier. It challenged me to prove something, to myself, not just to others. And it led me to where I'm heading next, to one of the top acting programs in the country, NYU. Yeah, go ahead and clap. Okay. That's the strange power of doubt. It can hold us back, but it can also push us forward. Without doubt, we lose the motivation to grow. Without challenge, we miss the chance to climb. So today, I want to say congratulations, not just on your achievements, but on your doubts, because they didn't stop you, they strengthened you, and they'll keep pushing you to become everything you're meant to be. Thank you to everyone who believed in us, stood by us, and supported us. And a special thank you to those who doubted us, because without you, we might not have made it this far. We've waited so long for this moment. Now that it's here, don't forget to live in it. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Please welcome School Board Student Representative Kelson Kleinhempel.
Good evening, faculty, parents, family members, and the class of 2025. What a surreal moment this is. In the blink of an eye, we are now the seniors ready to take the next major steps in our lives, even though it felt like this day would never come. We have all spent these past 4 years bettering ourselves, trying new things, winning, failing, but most importantly, we have persevered through all of it. When we think about perseverance, we should all be led to some of history's greatest scientists and innovators, some of whom people thought would never succeed. All of these men and women experienced numerous failures, were doubted by many, and did nothing but trial and error. But they all had something in common, which is that they stuck with it. They persevered, and they did not let their failures stop or define them. I want to deliver a quote from Thomas Edison, which is very simple, but so important. He says, "There is no substitute for hard work." These 7 words seem so obvious, but this is the mindset that I have adopted throughout my time as a Highlander. Every single person has their own strengths. Some can perform a piece of music after first glance. Others can disassemble and reassemble an engine without thinking twice. And there will always be somebody who aces an exam without studying. But what defines a person's success factor is grit. Grit can be defined as the quality that keeps you going despite obstacles, failure, or slow progress. As we move forward in life, we'll start to see that those who succeed aren't just the smartest, they're the most dedicated, the most determined, and the most willing to do the hard things when nobody is watching. As we leave these hallways of Baldwin High School and enter a horizon full of uncertainty and opportunity, we may not always have control over the circumstances we face. But we do have control over how we show up, over how hard we're willing to work, over whether we choose to take shortcuts or do the things the right way even when nobody's watching. At the end of the day, it is the hard work we put in while nobody is watching us that will take us further in life than you could imagine. Being a Highlander has taught me to face adversity, overcome obstacles, struggle through challenges, and most importantly, to stay consistent. So, to my fellow graduates, remember that success is not based on talent or luck, but on how hard we are willing to work throughout our day-to-day routines. As we enter this new stage of our lives, just remember that things will be challenging, things will not always seem to be going as planned, but stay consistent and everything will work out in the end. Good luck in your future endeavors, and congratulations to the class of 2025.
Ms. Amanda Priano, Second Vice President of the Baldwin Whitehall Board of Directors.
Good evening. What an impressive group of speeches to follow. I want to offer my sincere congratulations to the class of 2025. It feels like we should all get to have a collective exhale from parents, guardians, loved ones, and students themselves. We've made it. As you reflect on your journey as a Highlander, I hope that your memories are largely filled with joy and pride for all you have learned and accomplished. That journey may not have always been smooth or easy, but whatever it has been, it's brought you here today. While I know that this graduation ceremony is the culmination of your time here at Baldwin, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on your senior exit interviews from a few weeks ago. I've had the privilege of being a panelist for the last 5 years, and as my friends and family will attest, I often describe it as one of my favorite days of the year. You are all full of so much promise. For senior exit interviews, you prepare, you research, you job shadow, you learn about the life in which you are about to embark. Then you arrive at your interview, likely nervous, to have adults you don't know ask you, what comes next? It's so strange, right? But I love it. My favorite question to ask during senior exit interviews is always, if you could go back and offer your freshman self some advice, what would it be? We receive a lot of the same answers, like I'd tell myself to get more involved in clubs and activities, or I'd take more AP courses or study harder. Certainly, there are things we'd all do differently if given the chance. Life isn't always what we expect it to be. If you would have told my freshman self that someday I'd be delivering a commencement address to a stadium full of people, I never would have believed you. But I'm grateful for the journey that I've had that's brought me to be here with you today. One answer I received this year has stuck with me. When asked what advice they'd give their younger self, a student responded, I wouldn't change anything. The experiences I've had, both good and bad, have made me who I am and gotten me to where I am today. The road ahead of you will not always be easy. It may not always bend and twist in the ways you expect. It's the challenging things in life that mold us to be the best versions of ourselves. Diamonds aren't formed from other diamonds. They start out as unassuming, asymmetrical lumps of coal, brimming with potential, not all that dissimilar to a baby. Withstanding time, pressure, and hardship, their true, perfect, and unique beauty emerges. Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, spoke to Tulane students in 2019. In that speech, he said, there's a saying that if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. At Apple, I learned that's a total crock. You'll work harder than you ever thought possible, but the tools will feel light in your hands. As you go out in the world, don't waste time on problems that have been solved. Don't get hung up on what other people say is practical. Instead, steer your ship into the choppy seas. Look for the rough spots, the problems that seem too big, the complexities that other people are content to work around. It's in those places that you'll find your purpose. It's there that you can make your greatest contribution. Whatever you do, don't make the mistake of being too cautious. Don't assume that by staying put, the ground won't move beneath your feet. The status quo simply won't last, so get to work on building something better. Sometimes life throws us curveballs. We don't make the right choices, we get off track, we judge incorrectly. It's inevitable, but those who are successful take responsibility for their mistakes, take charge of the missteps, and use each experience to propel them to better paths. So when both mistakes and successes happen, do two things. First, lean on those around you to help you learn and grow. Find mentors who encourage you and celebrate your success and who lift you up when things don't go your way. And two, as you continue, be that for those around you. Always have a hand reaching up for help and a hand reaching out to help. Today is a day for celebration, and you all have earned it. As you move on to the next phase of your lives, embrace the same spirit, that sentiment of the senior exit interview. The experiences you've had, both good and bad, have made you who you are and have gotten you here today. So continue to prepare, continue to investigate, celebrate when things are going well, and lean in even when they are not. Be patient with yourself along this journey and show empathy to those who are walking alongside you. Forgive yourself when you make mistakes and offer forgiveness to others when they make mistakes. Continue to learn, to dream big, and to love intensely. Make an impact on your world wherever you end up. With my son sitting amongst you, I've had a front row seat of watching you all grow from cute little kindergartners to the young adults you are today. You fill us with hope for the future, that maybe when the class of 2025 is in charge, the world will be better off. We are all so proud of you. God bless you as you pursue what comes next.
Assistant Principal, Mr. Brandon Whitfield.
Good evening, everyone. As an assistant principal, I've had the chance to see this group of students evolve over the past 4 years. And let me just say, this is a class that has earned every bit of this celebration. They've shown resilience, leadership, and a sense of community that truly defines what it means to be a Highlander. There's a quote by Arthur Ashe that I think fits this moment well. Success is a journey, not a destination. The doing is often more important than the outcome. Because if there's anything the class of 2025 has taught me, it's that the process matters. Whether it was navigating a high school career shaped by unexpected challenges, adapting to change, leading new traditions, or showing up for each other when it mattered most, you didn't just wait for the finish line, you made the journey count. That's what we're proud of tonight. Not just the fact that you're graduating, but how you got here, who you've become along the way, and the pride you've shown and brought to Baldwin High School. Now, as my official duty as an administrator of Baldwin High School, Dr. Lutz, School Board of Directors, and members of the Baldwin Whitehall community, I present to you and certify that the members of the class of 2025 have met the graduation requirements of the Baldwin Whitehall School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Seniors, please stand and be recognized by family and friends.
Seniors, please be seated except for the first row. Move to receive your diplomas.
Addison Giglione. You will. After I call your name, you'll walk right through there.
In front of you? He knows you're doing it.
Yeah.
Somebody put
Enjoy your moment.
on the wrong side.
Oh, wait, no, I did.
Addison Giglione.
Maxwell, Clifford, Taggart. Perfect.
Spencer Maist.
Maxwell Clifford Pegger.
Vincent Anthony Pasella, Jr.
Gabriella Rose Jaquay.
Selma Alwan.
Elena Faith Scanlon.
Zachary Clayton All.
Mia Beardsley.
Hannah Elizabeth Damiani.
Nicholas Michael Berg.
Morgan Douglas.
Molly Fiersack.
Lutfia Islamov.
Mary Josephine Harmon.
Raksha Kafle.
Kelson Kleinhampel.
Khadija Kosmanjanova.
John Kinnair.
Karuna Napani.
Samantha Niggle.
Susan Cattell Sharma.
Magnolia Lou Overn.
Alexa Marie Sherman.
Lena Shkapina.
Kaylee Lynn Smolko.
Emma Smerbeck.
Andrew John Winchell.
Dominic Matthew Brown.
Lily Broccoli.
Zachary Folger.
Peyton Pasquale.
Brooklyn Valkova Joyce.
Savannah Barbara Susan.
Mary Hampton.
Marley Joyce Murata.
Eleonora Lynn Wilson.
Anmal Acharya.
Sarika Adhikari.
Masum Adachari.
Suman Acharya.
Amani Anderson.
Emiliana Mare Austin.
Neil James Agnew.
Abdullah Alhaj Yassin.
Avery Grace Barrett.
Asota Bohara.
Sean Lee Aparicio.
Jacob Patrick Ball.
Angela Ann Brown.
Bryn Haley Carter.
Gabriel Barakat.
Gavin Charles Barrett.
Sophia Grace Carver.
Cassidy Simador.
Nicholas Jerome Bender.
Tegan Berry.
Serjana Dahal.
Babita Darji.
Shane Bigley.
Tanner David Boyle.
Priyanka Darji.
Lexi Jada Lynn Becker.
Trevor William Brain.
Blade Bretthauer.
Ash Dodge.
Abigail Kevin Dowling.
Daylon Deshay Brown.
Sean Burns.
Alexis Beatrice Isengard.
Maya Grace Fazio.
Donnie James Bush.
Reagan Marie Eckert.
Sierra Nicole Felix.
Catherine Ann Philippi.
Brady Anthony Kaplan.
Trent Carrick Kashai.
Alexa Sky Fleming.
Jessica For a Morning.
Mason D'Angelo Seminara.
DeQuain Chasney.
Leo Frederick.
Gracie Rose Gonzalez.
Caden William Cherico.
Jason Matthew Simador Jr.
Jazara Shea Green.
Chloe Lorraine Griffiths.
Jonathan Clemens.
Timothy Conlin.
Julia Marie Hartzell.
Annabelle Rose Hurley.
Liam Joseph Coulahan.
Jaden James Craig.
Georgia Jean Holbert.
Addison Adele Holmes.
Logan James Kramer.
Tyler James Crane.
Delaney Elizabeth Horvath.
Autumn Brooke Howard.
Paxton D'Angelo.
Abison DeHall.
Delaney Page Howard.
Alar Datu.
Anish Darji.
Nico Lucas DePauli.
Julia Johnson.
Kendall Mackenzie Jones.
Anthony Joseph DeCesro IV.
Danilo Dragus.
Cynthia Marie Kale.
I guess he can do Joe. I mean,
Alicia Cattell.
I've been called that my whole life.
LJ Delaney.
Jaden Dutine.
Elena Noel Kearney.
Manita Karga.
Josh Elliott.
Matthew Robert Engot.
Rebecca Knight.
Marabella Lily Cruiser.
Dylan John Ernst.
Daniel Essis.
Laurel Irene Kuhn.
Angel Lise Kustron.
Preston James Fate.
Luca Thomas Fazio.
Sonu Lamichani.
Amelia Rose Landis.
Eric Andrew Feth.
Alex Funk.
Kyla Jaden Leong.
Cameron Nicole Libro.
Sean Daniel Galentine.
Sean M. Gamble.
Anna Liss.
Olivia Rosalind McClellan.
Cody Garrett.
Cole Janutsis.
I'm not gonna make you do the middle name because it's like, don't do the middle.
Arya Michaels.
Danielle Mezick.
Jack Robert Gattel.
Arturo Joshua Gromo.
Leah Ray Moeller.
Maya Milan.
Angel Gurung.
Atur Gore.
Sydney Murphy.
Brooke Margaret Morgan.
Gavin James Gutendorf.
Garrett Taylor Gustin.
Kristen Negley.
Priyanka Neopani.
Dylan Michael Hartman.
Marquise Giles Hartman.
Lilith Joan May.
Gloria Mwangi.
Dean Golawala.
Casey Joe Hammer.
Catherine Elaine Nesbitt.
Emily Catherine Nowicki.
Tyler Kevin Hartung.
Christian Nathaniel Hawkins.
Billy Rose Pavlik.
Isabella Hope Peebles.
Isabella Hope Peebles.
Richard William Henry.
Gabriel Thomas Hurley.
Jordan Pindell.
Mia Catherine Polito.
David Alexander High.
Landon Michael Hogel.
Pragya Podell.
Caroline Keenan Presto.
Ramil Islamov.
Warren Jones.
JC Mackenzie Radcliffe.
Sumiron Rai.
Connor Michael Joyce.
Logan James Kelly.
Abylyn Nicole Rexroad.
Sophia Marie Rasa.
Rajal Kodka.
Nishan Katawada.
Ariana Nicole Russell.
Paige Meredith Schreiber.
Davion Anthony Keatries.
Jeffrey Edward Klukowski.
Carly Elizabeth Schumacher.
Jaden Marie Schaefer.
Austin Landowski.
Andrew Langer.
Riley Kathleen Shaw.
Hannah Rose Sins.
Benjamin Barbosa Luffy.
Trishant Magar.
Hannah Grace Stout.
Catriona Rose Stein.
Brazen Michael Matson.
Shane Brady McGinty.
Alexis Steiner.
Ashika Suba.
Ethan McLucky.
Dylan Stephen McManus.
Madison Solinsky.
Riley Rose Schweitzer.
Nathaniel Owen McWilliams.
Aiden Michael Meehan.
Addison Isabel Thompson.
Momo Thu.
Torin George Meehan.
Nathan Robert Michele.
Gianna Rose Turpak.
Catalina Vaca.
Maximilian Zane Mohoric.
Jonathan McLavick.
Corey Renee Van Dyne.
Mary Ann Vargo.
Jordan Andrew Minor.
Nika Rico Donovan Mizell.
Eliza Elizabeth Berry.
Allison May Vo.
Bibik Monger.
Haran Monger.
Malia Scott Waleko.
Sawu Wei.
Aiden Michael Murphy.
Kyle Bryant Murphy.
Milena Winovich.
Aiden James Simler.
Chase Michael Musamelli.
Max Narrett.
Derek Charles Smith.
Jacob Tyler Schrader.
Alexander Scott Newhouse.
Matthew James Nowicki.
Logan Avery Shonkwiler.
Logan Oliverio.
Joseph Patrick O'Neill.
Jerome Michael Sherwood Jr.
Troy Aiden Smith.
Gavin Robert Serafini.
Aditya Patel.
William Wesley Penrod.
Michael Raymond Billette.
Garrett Joseph Pogany.
Jackson Dominic Scatoni.
Shane Thomas Shahan.
Luke Patrick Staley.
Ethan Stock.
Jeremy Pollard.
Ryan David Porter.
Devin Michael Sturcio.
Yogesh Subedi.
Ryan George Priano.
Nico Puglin.
Animal Ray.
Romeo Ralph.
John Christopher Tagg.
Nicholas Allen Sang.
Rajeep Tamang.
Devin Marshall Taylor.
Nathan Redding.
Christopher Allen Rice.
Dip Thapa.
Jake Roswag.
Blaine Damian Rigby.
Nathan Viga.
Mung Tuong.
Leon Vo.
Tariq Yusuf Saleh.
Yeah, Tariq. How's it going? Good, how are you? It's Vogel. Yeah.
Dolan Ward.
Samuel Robert Vogel.
Seth David Watson.
Chris Sandy.
Samir Sanyasi.
Nathan Robert Westling.
Evan Wigfall.
Matthew Robert Shank.
DeAndre Scott Freeman.
Abhishek Subkota.
Seth Copeland.
James Thomas Williams.
Timothy Schumacher.
Leighton Yokopenik.
Jordan Yesso.
Zachary Alfonso Zeman.
Isaiah Jerome Young.
Once again, Dr. Randall A. Lutz to certify the class of 2025.
As Superintendent of the Baldwin Whitehall School District, it is my duty and honor to present to you the Baldwin High School class of 2025. These students have fulfilled graduation and curriculum requirements of the Pennsylvania Department of Education and the policies of the Baldwin Whitehall School District, entitling them to a diploma with all the intended privileges and responsibilities. And so by the power invested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Baldwin Whitehall Board of School Directors, I declare the members of the Baldwin High School class of 2025 graduated from Baldwin High School this 10th day of June, 2025.
Seniors, please stand as Senior Class President Addison Giglione leads the class in the turning of the tassels. Please stand and join as members of the Baldwin High School Choir sing the alma mater. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. And now, seniors will now perform the traditional hat toss on a count of 3, 2, 1, go! Seniors, please rise and move to begin the processional. Recessional.